Hello and welcome to another part of me playing Settlers 2 10th Anniversary Edition, and we will unpause it, get right into it. It seems to untick this every time I play, which is slightly annoying, but not too much of a problem. Let's do this so I can see where everything is. I made a slight boo-boo in my last part, something I was completely aware of and just simply forgot. I did not build enough sawmills, basically, but we will rectify this in this part, and hopefully it hasn't caused too much damage. The only thing it really does, obviously, is slow down my current production, which should be okay. I'm on my way here with a sawmill, and what you can do while you get those started, obviously I think they have priority over other buildings, but just in case, we can burn this guy down as well. Is to take it a bit easy with building new things, so I will do that. We can start up a little sawmill here as well, like that. We have a woodcutter's hut. I will slam up another woodcutter and a forester here, I think. That way we will have a little business going on here, and I'll do that. That way I have a way of getting it to the storehouse, and we will continue our expansion. This way, obviously, there is no enemy. Like I established in my previous part, the enemy will be to the right of us. It's a pretty big map. I chose it so that I could showcase everything that's going on here. But obviously if there's too much waiting, which I think I've also already said, I will cut that out. It's not fun just watching things being built, really. So let's see. What I used to do when I play this, not making a let's play of it, is just do something else while it runs in the background. Let's check out what's over here. Like that. For the 10th anniversary edition, I read also that some of the versions, not the English one, English-speaking one actually, got a special Viking edition where you can play as the Vikings. It's like the German, the Polish edition got it, and some further editions. And I think that's kind of mean, actually, that they didn't implement that into every edition, and I don't understand why they think that the English-speaking people wouldn't love to play as Vikings. Obviously, the gameplay is exactly the same. The only thing that differs is that you get the buildings look different, the people can look a bit different. In the original version, you could play as Nubians, I think, these Romans, and a third type that I can't remember right now. But the little workers, they look the same regardless of which faction you played. Only the soldiers differed, and the buildings, obviously. And we found ourselves more coal. This seems like... oh yeah, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Let's get rid of that. Gold even. Awesome, so let's get right into mining out that. I'm assuming then this entire little patch is gold. Precious, precious gold. So let's start mining that and get rid of this forest here, actually. Oh, we have a woodcutter right there. Silly me. Actually, I will leave him in. Let's see if we can... yeah, awesome. I'm gonna check and see how my planks are doing. Still no planks. I need more sawmills. I will build a sawmill right here, actually. And set up a little wood production here once that barrack is done, and I've expanded this area here. Let's see, how are we doing for grain? Okay, also no grain, so we need more farmers. We still have some scythes, as I was speaking about in the last episode. I will soon have to make more tools. You have plenty of tools for many woodcutters and stuff. The only thing you have to worry about is farmers and miners. Those tools are pretty expendable, and you'll use them up pretty quickly because you will have many mines going. And I got an iron smelting works starting here. Obviously the iron smelting works is useless on its own. It needs its friend, the smithy. My coal mine is not getting any love. We will fix that. If I can find that feature. It's not there. Here it is. This is where you set up the priority list, basically. I can decide, for instance, which tools I want the metal worker to do. Once I have one, I won't build one just yet. And here I will set up the priority for my mines, and I will max out on all of them because they are all equally important in the beginning, at least. Because I can't do gold coins with just gold. I need coal for that as well. So obviously I want as much coal as possible as well, not just gold. So we simply want enough food to make sure that all my mines can get all the love. We want grain to go primarily to the mill and the pig farm. That is true. The donkey farm is a quality of life thing a bit further into the game. It speeds up your transportation of goods. So here we can look at what I wanted to show you in a previous part, but I didn't have it then. Here you can see how this way here has been stone paved, and there are little cute donkeys walking on it. This means that this path has been walked a certain amount of times and is then considered like a highway road. It's just so that you know basically that this is where a lot of goods is traveling around. So you should make sure to keep this road as unclogged as possible. Actually, maybe building the mill and bakery directly adjacent to it isn't the best thing to do, but it doesn't seem to be a problem at the moment. Probably because I've built some storehouses to alleviate the pressure on all the goods traveling up to my main base. And now I'm basically just waiting for a couple of barracks to... that's the reason we don't have anything going to expand my areas. Let's see. Like that, and that's a shitty road. Let's rebuild that. Oh god, what am I doing? Let's go this way, actually. If I remember correctly, I was building a harbor up this way, so let's see what's going on there. Okay, let's go, coming along. Let's speed things up a bit. Like that. And yeah, now we're just waiting for the plank production to get started. So while I'm waiting for that to happen, I will probably cut this part. And we're back. We have a couple of barracks that are finished building. I noticed that up here, we don't really have much here. What we do have is a really nice plot for farms. Loads and loads of farms, I see. So I will definitely cut down all of this wood and get some farming started up here. So let's build a woodcutter's hut right there. Another thing I did was, let's see, build another sawmill, or start up another sawmill right here. Yeah, simply to produce more planks. We want all the planks we can have. So let's see. It's looking good actually. And that's the autosave that was intended to turn off. Like that. We're doing good on grain actually, so we could in fact build another mill and another bakery. And bakery or bakers is something you will need tools for pretty soon. I'm also gonna build my smithy. I'm gonna build it next to the... Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Next to the iron smelting works. The problem with having it here is obviously that the weapons that you build will go into the headquarters, and then the soldiers that are produced from the weapons will have to travel a really long way to get to the barracks and other military buildings that you build out in the peripheral. So, but you know, if the production is up here, this is actually the better way to do it because I'd rather have the soldiers travel a long way than the goods travel a long way. Because the soldiers walk on their own legs, they don't need to be carried, so it's more efficient that way. And then obviously if I find further mines up the road, I can move my production that over there. Something I also noticed here was I want to mine this patch here. I can build a quarry here, in fact I will. I wonder if it will reach over here, and then I don't really have an available patch for him to grab. What I could do obviously is maybe rebuild this road area here and see if I can squeeze in a house there somewhere. That's probably possible. Right now I'm not that bad off on stone anyway. I have 108, so that's fine. You always want to check this place out to see how you balance out. So you can see, for instance, I am gaining on planks now, so that's great. Oh, let's see. We have a woodcutter without trees to chop down. Great, then you can go and do good somewhere else, and the same seems to be the case for you. Oh, actually he's working right there. He will soon be out of work though. And you're done, and I also remember now I forgot to do this. Well, that happens sometimes, and then some ways into the game you find this like random barrack in the middle of the field with one of your best soldiers in it, and he is completely wasted there. It's equally annoying every time it happens to me. But let's build up some more farms now that the plank production is looking a bit better. Let's see. Just having a smithy will not produce any soldiers. You also need a brewery. I'll probably place one right there actually. We can build a well for my little bakery over here. I want room for my brewery and for my metalworks, but the brewery needs to be where the smithy is because you want the weapons and the beer to go into the same place, otherwise there won't be any soldiers. Oh, I did do that already. No point really in going further to the west unless I eventually need more room for farms. But right now it's looking good. I have a woodcutter right there for my sawmill that I'm building up there. So we can clear out some more area here. I was like chopping down forests, since I saw another spot for a harbor there, made me think about this one. Right, this is actually done. So we can prepare an expedition, and I'll do that just to show you what that looks like, and also because I find them kind of fun. And another thing that I really wanted is a fishery, or fisherman rather. So we can get some fish for our mine workers. I bet they don't just want bread. Actually, they get some meat from my hunter as well. Once I got a couple of farmers, a couple of bakeries going, I normally check if my grain production is enough to start up a pig farm. So it seems to be. This is a great area for it, I think, so let's build one there. In the original game, the wells produced shit tons of water. I can't remember really if they're as bad in this version. I don't think they are. You could have one well produce water for many different productions, but the AI for it didn't really work, so you could have like hundreds of water in a storehouse or in the headquarters, for instance, and it just would not go out and give it to the bakeries, for instance, or the pig farms. Stuff like that, little bugs like that, could be extremely frustrating in the original version, obviously, because you had all the goods, all the prerequisites for being able to do something, and it just didn't do it, and you didn't have the power to change it, really. So I'm glad they fixed that for this version. No worker in building, that's what it will say once I'm out of tools. Now I think we have had enough for 2 bakeries. Yeah, exactly, I'm out of rolling pins, which means if I want another bakery, and this is the reason I built a pig farm now instead. If I want another bakery, I will have to craft a rolling pin with the metalworks, which I don't have yet, and I will hold off on that for a little while. The pig farmer, I think he needs, let me see. In the original, I think he needed, what's it called, a bucket or something. But maybe he doesn't need anything in this version, which obviously means he is easy to craft, but instead you need the butcher cleaver. So the combination mill and bakery needs a tool, which is the rolling pin to produce bread, and the combination pig farm and butcher needs a tool to produce meat. And speaking of butcher, we will build a slaughterhouse and connect it to the pig farm, like so, and also connect it like that. You can never have too many roads, really. And the woodcutter is doing a good job. He's clearing out. I'll see if he also get that last tree over there. It looks a bit far, but if I'm lucky. And that guy has some meat. The coal mine doesn't seem to get as much love. We need to up some production, but I think we'll get that going. And then we really should get a mint started. There we are. So let's see. Oh, waiting for some soldiers in there. Are they coming? You start off with quite many soldiers, so you don't really have to produce any early on in the game. There we go. And we shut that down and we check out what's here. Like that. One thing that's good, if you send out a geologist over here, when he's done, he will return to the closest storehouse rather than going all the way back to the headquarters. Good thing about you can actually see that the guy who was like checking out this area, he's coming from the storehouse now, and obviously means he will get to this area a lot quicker than if he had to go all the way back to the headquarters. So that's nice. And this is also the reason you want storehouses a bit outside. I'll do that. Loads of nice farming area. And some more ore. Let's find out what's there. Sawmill's doing fine. Maybe not the best place to have him, since I've built the storehouse up there, so that means all the planks will have to travel up there. But there isn't really any room for him here. But it's not impossible that I rebuild this later on, so just move him up there. Once you got the plank production going in other places, you can rebuild buildings pretty much as you like. The only ones you have to think a bit about are obviously the military buildings, since they are the ones that hold your land. So if I burn this one down, the sawmill and woodcutter's hut and probably the farm would go along with it. This is how you ruin production for your enemy later on. When you meet him, you target some well-placed military buildings, especially if they have catapults. Catapults are extremely annoying in this game. They're very good if they're on your side, and they're really annoying if they're on the opponent's side. Because the catapult, although it doesn't have a very high hit chance, if it do hit your military building, it will kill one soldier regardless of its rank. So it's a very good way to kill off strong soldiers. And we found more gold here. I am very happy about that. That means I have a pretty good start on my gold supply. And obviously I'm hoping that my enemy does not. Let's continue our expansion, shall we? It seems when I build barracks I always get that shitty last piece of road that I have to fix. Like that, and we can continue down here. Like that. There we go. We'll soon probably want to build another storehouse, actually. We'll build one on the other side of this barrack, I think. And to not make this part too long, I think I will end it here. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see how I get my gold coins maybe started. The mint is going strong here in my next episode. And maybe start producing some soldiers, actually. That's what we should get going in the next part. So thank you very much for watching, and see you then.